Carrie, I'm talking about using my voice as an instrument. Sometimes I do it, silently, but this in particular was working with different sound tones and frequencies through the phone, where she had the phone placed on her, I think it was her left kidney. And we just did, I think, 1 or maybe 2 sessions, and we were able to, I guess the word is monitor or, get a way of visualizing, seeing what was going on through this CAT scan. And it was just my voice. Yeah, it was my voice. And, if there's time before the program ends, I might be able to do something for the audience through the phone, because having a phone or a didgeridoo or something where I can focus the sound makes it even stronger.
Okay, great. Well, that'd be lovely.
Yeah.
I have somebody who has a question here that I wanted to ask you on their behalf. Let me see if I can find it quickly, because the chat, what we have with this radio show is people are not able to call in, but they can ask questions in the chat. And so the question is, does Sonia have any insight on super brain yoga?
I've never even heard this. It's called super brain yoga?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's somebody is asking that question. So
okay. I've never heard of super brain yoga. I can kind of imagine or visualize what it might be in terms of somebody that's I really don't. I don't have any background. I can only imagine if they could. I don't know if they can get a little more specific there, because I haven't heard of it.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that there is a website. So they are. It's obviously something that a particular person is talking about out there. Obviously, if you haven't heard about it, then it's not something that we should go into here at this moment. But there is a website. It's called superbrainyoga.org. For people that are interested, and I'm sure you could investigate it further.
I can say one thing is that people that have been into yoga and martial arts and those types of things, I can imagine and also knowing from my experience is that things start to open up on a deeper level. You find that, just like if you've been a dancer or a singer for many years, all of a sudden you hit a point where you go, wow, I'm sensing and feeling something extraordinary that maybe I can explore. Whether it's a vocal range or whether it's something on a athletic level or yogic level or with Kundalini energy. I know that my friend who's a musician said that some of the sound frequencies that have come through my voice, he said, are not the normal human range of vocal, voice range in terms of sound. So anyhow, I can just all I would say is that whoever's involved in this, maybe they've been involved in yoga for quite a long time, and so they're taking it to another level. I'm
as we're talking, I'm just skimming the website here, and it does appear that the person is a neurologist apparently, and has been working with, it looks like Kundalini and possibly yoga as well. So,
Kundalini is,
it's all
I was going to say, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead.
Kundalini is the Raj of yoga. It's the king of yogas. It's probably the most powerful, yoga there is. I initially started off with Kundalini yoga, and then eventually I got into Vini yoga and studied with Gary Krafsaw and, Iyengar yoga, but Kundalini is, you actually have to kind of be careful because it opens up, I want to say the Kundalini energy, life force energy in the spine, and there's a real science to it, and I don't claim to be a Kundalini yoga teacher. I utilize a lot of the asanas and techniques and breath of fire, the root locks, the neck locks, but there's a way of, I believe, taking that yoga to really very powerful, deep levels. It can do amazing things for the nervous system. It can fry you. and damage you if you don't know what you're doing, and it can also increase your light and your radiance. And so I think it's in many ways one of the most powerful in terms of working with the nervous system and the spinal fluid and basically Kundalini energy. I mean, for me, but I find you have to know how to use it, how to work with it.
Yeah, I actually
pretty amazing.
I joined the chakras and reached Samadhi when I was about 21, and I have done it repeatedly since then. I think that it is incredibly powerful, and I was actually going to do a presentation on that going forward. So I have a very strong interest in that. I think it's one of the most powerful, or if not the powerful way to change your body altogether is through using the Kundalini energy. But I think it's very misunderstood, especially in the Western world, and and also it is something that should not be messed with superficially, because there's a lot of darkness comes as a result of blockages and so on. So, I think that you do need people that are able to balance themselves in dealing with it. And if you awaken certain chakras too soon, or if there's an imbalance, the results can be pretty catastrophic for the individual.
Exactly.
So
yes, I agree.
Yeah, it is. It's like working with fire, I guess you might say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
true.
So it's great to hear that you have this background, that you've worked with indigenous people as well, and that you've also had quite a bit of training in quite a wide range of disciplines. And I think that really helps you as a healer to apply what you do and not to be too narrow-minded or fixated on certain techniques.
Right, exactly. I see myself actually as a teacher, educator, and healer kind of equally, because I do a lecture circuit. I share information, I share tools, I do workshops. Sometimes I do teacher training with some of the work that I've invented, like the soma geometry system. I'm getting that out. I have it copywritten. I've also been working for the last few years on an inert device for the neck and thoracic area. I don't yet have the funding in place, but at some point I'm hoping to. This is something that you would lay on that would assist the spine in maintaining these curves, and then also these little balls that I've been working with, I call them mushrooms, a way of decompressing the disc or working with bulging disc. Of course, diet, yoga, exercise make a difference too, but not everybody is so exercise prone, and this is something you could lay on that would assist with maintaining these curves. So there's a few things that I'm kind of also an inventor in my own right. And so, I think all of these things lend themselves to, wholeness and healthiness and again, the teaching and the education and sharing of this information to me is just important as doing one-on-one healing sessions, And the other thing I wanted to share, I don't know if this is too bold, but there have been times in my life where, I have done a lot of quiet time, silence, celibacy, and working with this divine feminine or divine mother energy, which I've been anchoring. Wherever I go, I want to bring. There's many bigger teachers and spiritual teachers and avatars out there that are doing this in a larger way. But some of my calling and my mission is working with this divine feminine or divine mother energy and healing the heart, opening the heart, clearing things out of the heart. So sometimes when it's turned on strong, depending on what mode I'm in, people feel a really big heart opening, and they're in touch with things, on an inner child or heart level, emotionally, self-love, self-acceptance that they don't always get. Like I said, Amaji is probably the epitome of that. But that's another thing that I do when people